Let's get ready, say go. This was on, this was on, this was on, this was on. Let's go, this was on, this was on, this was on, this was on. Rainbows in the sky, let's fly away like a bird. You're free to see the boundless face of the earth. Let the wind blow you like a knife and glide away. Far beyond the clouds, you'll find another place. If the road ahead seems so cold and gray, turns today, don't you be afraid, go and fly away. Chala, hey chala, no time to hesitate, go on and search the earth, within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala, don't be afraid, you got the power to get through the darkest nights. Chala! Zooming round and round in the sky like a coaster. Hold on tight, or you may find yourself trapped in a maze. When that happens, you may think you will never find your way. As the past, you may take seem all the same. If the road ahead should lead you so cold and gray, when night never turns to day, don't you be afraid, go and fly away. Chala, hey chala, no time to hesitate, go on and search the earth, within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala, be cool, don't be afraid, you got the power to get you through the darkest night. Hey chala, no time to hesitate, go on and search the earth, within it is a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala, be cool, don't be afraid, you got the power to get you through the darkest nights. Chala.
ELW proudly presents KliqBait Wrestling. What is going on, people? This be your boy Smith, as always joined by my North American thick boy tag team partner, Matitude 22. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Chilling.
It's Monday night. We're live. It's Monday Night Raw. We're kicking things off with the new Women's World Champion, the man, Becky Lynch, in the ring. Of course, not wrestling. We're gonna shoot a little promo here, it looks like, so that gives us time to talk about other things going on in the world. That is professional wrestling. Shit. As you can see by the thumbnail, your man Tony. I wanted to talk about the clown show that is going on right now. That is AEW, All Elite Wrestling. But
I think that's a bit harsh.
What, to call it a clown show?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Depends on how you look at things. I feel it's very Bush League, so I would then identify it as somewhat of a clown show. And I say clown show just based off of like the selling by Tony Khan was kind of sucky for a guy who's a fan of wrestling. He sure doesn't know how to sell. And then like the part I call the clown show is even outside of the ring, you still gotta try to throw shots at WWE when it's like it's not even necessary. It just makes you kind of look like petty almost, and not even in a good way. Like you just kind of sour grapes, and it's like, what are you sour about? Like they're not even talking about you, especially not like in a public
What?
forum. Not like in the way that they talk about fucking like every time AEW someone's throwing shots.
Bro, WWE be throwing shots at AEW like every other week. What are you talking
They
about?
don't name one.
Literally during the WrestleMania press conference,
Okay, I'm saying,
Triple
and
H made a
okay, so
comment.
during WrestleMania, but I'm saying, have they continued to throw shots after the fact? Or they every week someone from WWE saying something derogatory about AEW? Is that happening constantly?
It happens. It happens
I'm saying it
frequently.
happens frequently. I'm saying, is it every time you see Paul Levesque or whoever, is he just constantly trying to throw AEW under the bus?
Oh, he doesn't need to do it because he has all his employees and his announcers doing it for him.
I mean, they could do that too, but I'm talking about the boss of the company. If the
Nah,
talent wants to sit
he
there and do
he
it
be
and they think it makes for
bro.
good
He be
TV, then that's fine. But I'm saying he's
bro.
sitting there throwing shots
Triple
during
H,
an NFL draft, though. That's the point about it.
bro.
That
Triple H be taking mad shots, and Pat
okay,
McAfee was taking
that's Pat
shots at
McAfee.
AEW during the
But okay,
draft.
but then don't turn
He's still an
around. Here's the
employee for
thing:
their company.
your man is not. Your man is still running a clown show, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because don't sit there and throw shots at the company, but then and under the other side of the coin, if asked to do business with them, you like sure I would be interested in that. But just a minute ago, you called these dudes like the enemy, the terrorists, whatever. Like, and it's just like you sounded kind of fake here, Tony. Even if this was a kayfabe thing, you're not even doing that correctly. That's why I call it a clown show. Because you sitting here
Nah,
over
nah.
here during the draft of the NFL. Like, don't talk about wrestling during no football draft. Nobody want to hear that shit, bro. I'm telling you real to
All
real.
right. Well,
No football fan cares about what wrestling's going on especially during the NFL draft. You just kind of giving reason for people, non-wrestling fans, to sit there and laugh at this because you sitting there with
it,
not only the fake neck brace, so it ain't even like a neck brace that you would have got if you actually got injured. You wearing like that fake shit that you would see on a TV show, like some straight like
well,
injury accident.
I
Like if you're gonna sell, like even people knew it back when McMahon was doing it with the neck brace and he's wearing the phony looking the padded one. This shit it screams that you faking it. Like if you're going with
well,
kayfabe,
didn't
kayfabe with a real neck brace.
I didn't watch the NFL draft. Did he bring it up, or did they
Yeah, that's
ask
why
him about
I'm
it
bringing it
first?
up because it's not a place to
So he
do
was
so. And an out, you're
so
not here talking about wrestling right now. This is the fucking NFL football draft. You're drafting people to make sure that your team that remember on the confines of sports, this sport is a real sport. Meaning these men that you are about to hire, if they don't do good or not, your team doesn't succeed, you don't sell tickets, and you don't make money.
okay. So he was the one that brought up the wrestling. Like they
Yeah.
did not ask him about it. They
No.
didn't ask him
They
about the
they
neck
they didn't
brace.
listen. They asked about the neck, but then he goes on and like how you go from something in your storyline to talking about your competition. How does that
I
help your
mean, yeah, okay,
product?
that's fair.
How does that help your product?
No,
That's
it
why I'm sitting
doesn't.
there saying it's a clown show. For a man that claims he's been a
No,
lifelong
it's
wrestling
not.
fan, he ain't acting like one. Because you think he
You
booked
could
this better,
you could
especially if you're trying to get some outside of wrestling fan attention, the mainstream audience. You sitting here giving the competition more eyes because you're talking about them and not your own product.
listen. I'm gonna say it like this. First of all, nobody should be talking about anybody else's company. Everybody should just be focusing on their product.
Listen,
Everybody should just be
and
focusing
here's
on
the
what
thing.
they're
I
doing
don't even care.
because
I don't even have a
neither
problem about that though. You can talk about the competition because you want more eyes on you than
but
on them, and that's fine. That's the nature of business. But when you're sitting there, your product is barely getting eyes on it right now. The last thing you should be sitting there doing is continue to talk about your competition when your shit's not even on par right now. That people are like, whatever. I might as well go watch the competition because you out here running some
listen,
clown show shit.
I'm saying it like I'm saying it like this. Neither company is putting out a 10 out of 10 product right now. Neither company is putting out an exceptionally great product. Like both companies have their flaws. But listen, man, like nobody should be saying shit about anybody because WWE, they're not putting out a 10 out of 10 product. AEW is not putting out a 10 out of 10 product. But you can't be like it's okay for one guy to do it but then it's not okay for the
I
other.
didn't
Like
even say it's not
you can't
okay.
say
I didn't
but
even say it's not
you did
okay.
though.
No, I
But you
said
did
how
because
often is I said how often does WWE take their shots? You said this person takes a shot, this person takes a shot. I said okay.
bro like
No,
often bro, like often enough though. But what I'm saying is like you can't fault Tony Khan for taking shots when you
no, I
got
can fuck Tony
Triple H
Khan when your
and
product
Michael
right
Cole.
now is not up to snuff for you to think you at that position to take shots. You're running a clown show right now. You're running a clown show.
And like if AEW is a clown show, then WWE is a clown show
I'm
too.
not disagreeing with that. When have I ever been on
It's,
WWE side 100%? When?
listen,
Answer it.
I'm not saying that.
So don't sit here and
I
try
never
to
said you
question
did.
that I'm sitting there saying this dude right here is running a clown show. And a guy who claims he's been a lifelong wrestling fan, he out here running a clown show. He's out here running like a mark, trying to get ratings on things that honestly he shouldn't be going for. He should be focused on the things he has. Stop trying to worry about shit he don't have no more. And then people would take him more seriously. This whole shit with the elite, the Jack Perry shit, the CM Punk shit, you still riding on a dead horse that has done nothing for your ratings, has done nothing for your product. You sit here and get beat up by the elite in some really awkward fashion to the point your daddy got to come out. He looked like he don't even know what the fuck's going on with the product. And did it push the needle? No.
I mean, I,
Is it out here making the product better, or are you exposing other new talents or nothing? Like, listen, all I see is I see a lot of favoritism going because all of a sudden, every time I look, all I see is Anna Jay. Anna Jay's wrestling on Collision. Anna Jay's wrestling on Ring of Honor. Anna Jay's on Rampage and Dynamite, winning or losing, but she's just there. Why? I don't know. It's because
well,
is
they
it
tried.
coincidence that she's fucking the scapegoat? Maybe I don't know. I'm speculating, but it's
Well,
just like, okay, what
they
about
trying to
all
get
the
her
other
over.
women? Where's Abaddon? Where you know? It's good to see the professor came back. Hopefully, they actually do something with Serena Deebs.
Oh man, again, I would sort of agree. I would sort of agree with that. Like I think but again though I've been saying this from the beginning. Like one of AEW's biggest problem is there needs to be more separation within the shows because yeah, like that's the problem is you got Anna Jay on Dynamite and then you got Anna Jay on Collision when like exactly like you said like where's Abaddon. Like
But not only was
that's
she
I've
on that, but
always
she was
said
on Collision.
that's a big
She's
problem.
been on Ring of Honor. She's been on every AEW product doing matches. But it's like Abaddon, I might see her on Ring of Honor. I thought she was AEW roster. You know what I'm saying? Why you bring in the fucking grizzled young veterans just to job out to the Acclaim? Like, what is the point of that?
Well, again, like you know, it's like a that's what a tryout match is. You're not gonna. Yeah, you have to understand that they're not gonna bring in an outside tag team to do a tryout match and then have them beat one of their top tag teams. Like
Well,
WWE,
like
would
then don't
WWE
have
do
them go
that?
up against their
Hell
claim.
fucking
They
no.
could have gave the JYV a jobber tag team to beat up on.
But then people would be complaining that, oh, how come they're bringing in JYV and they're just fighting jobbers?
Because JYV
Then
is new,
we would be
unless it like
then we would
because
be
we know
then we but then we
most
would be
people know
having
that
that
they with
conversation.
Impact, they with TNA. But if we doing this
But then we
cross
would be
promotion
having
again,
that
where you're
conversation.
borrowing talent, could we not at least job them out their first night out to the Acclaim?
Ah, they're not with TNA. They're free agents.
Well, okay, I didn't know they were free agents. I thought they were still with TNA.
I think no. I think they just got. I think they just got like a handshake deal. That's TNA's biggest problem is that they don't sign anybody to contracts. Like Nick Nemeth has a handshake deal. Matt Hardy has a handshake deal. Mustafa Ali has a handshake deal. All these guys are free agents. Like they do not sign anybody. Like that's TNA's biggest issue is that they're bringing in all these people, but they don't sign any of them to contracts. Like I would argue that about last year they should have signed Leo Rush. But they just be bringing people in for like handshake deals and not really sign them to any kind of contracts.
I was about to say, what's Stephanie McMahon
Uh
doing here? But then I forgot tonight it's a draft night, so okay.
yeah.
We got this first round.
Marin says at least WWE is entertaining. AEW is doing nothing good recently. I would say that's subjective. I would say what you find entertaining is subjective. I personally think WWE does far too many like rematches. It's watching their show is almost redundant. And Ian says, "Don't throw stones at a guy carrying a machine gun." Tony is throwing stones. Again, Ian, like point being, like nobody should just be throwing any stones because nobody's putting out a perfect show. So everybody should just really just be kind of focusing on what they're doing and focused on making their product the best they can be instead of trying to worry about what the competition is doing.
Okay, so Jay Cargill stays on Raw. Imperium, no, not
Whoa,
on Raw,
shaking things
SmackDown. I
up.
mean, but Imperium is still on Raw. I
Wow.
mean, Jay's still on
Wow,
SmackDown.
wow,
Well, they wasn't
we
gonna
really
break up the
shaking
tag
things
team
up
of her
here.
and Bianca. Come on now.
We we really shaking up. We really shaking things up tonight. Uh, Marin, I think AEW is consistently putting out the best quality wrestling product. Like their matches in terms of quality of matches, I think they're still putting out the best quality product. But again, that's subjective. Maybe you like watching the same match
Okay,
every single week.
so
I don't
Damage
know.
Control got
Uh,
drafted. All of Damage Control got drafted to Raw.
okay, that's all right, I guess. And kind of puts them on a new playing field. That's interesting, I guess.
And that means
Unifying.
they said the women's tag now is on Raw because they can just go all brands. So
Yeah, I guess they can. I guess they can just float. Marin also says unifying the trios title was pointless. I would agree with that. I don't think the trios titles really needed to be unified. Maybe it's a thing where they feel like they didn't really have enough trios. But again, I don't know. They have a
well, I
lot
don't
of
think they had
people,
enough
so
trios
I
in Ring of Honor. That's what it is. They don't have a lot of
yeah
people in Ring of
yeah like
Honor.
I think they didn't have enough trios to justify having two separate trios titles. Like much like WWE, they only have the one set of women's tag team titles, and they go everywhere because they don't have enough women tag teams to fill like two separate divisions. You know?
That's why NXT is now getting a North American women's title instead of another tag title because they got enough to have
Yeah.
a mid card women's title, but they don't have enough women
Yeah.
to have a
Exactly.
tag division.
Yeah, exactly. I think yeah, like a mid card title for them makes more sense. So I do agree with the unifying the trios titles in a sense, but I think it's just because probably they felt like they didn't have enough trios to make it worth having two separate shows.
They need to. I don't know. Then they need to get rid of one belt, but it's like, why did you make a new Ring of Honor trios title if you were just going to get rid of it immediately? What was the point of that? It's kind of a waste of a commission, to be honest.
I I wonder if it's a thing where they weren't planning it at the time, and then maybe it was just like maybe it was like a last minute decision. I don't know. Or maybe they got something planned. I don't know. But if they're gonna unify them, then again they should just get rid of one or the other. Get rid of one or the other. Like don't have these men carrying around don't have these men carrying around separate belts unless they're gonna be defended like separate belts.
Yeah. Xavier Woods versus Gunther. Mm. Don't feel
Yikes!
confident
Wonder who's
for
winning this
Xavier
match.
on this match here.
Yeah, wonder who's winning this. Young Bucks are overrated. They're better tag teams that deserve the titles. I mean, I get I do agree. Like, the Young Bucks would not have been my first choice. There's other tag teams I would have liked to have seen win the titles, but again, for everybody that's always crying, AEW has no storylines. Well, that's the storyline right now. We talked about this either last week or the week before. Like, the Elite basically trying to capture all the titles. I think that's the storyline. But I do agree. They would
All
not
right,
have been my first
real
choice.
quick. Since you're talking about the Elite, Elite are claiming that they are like the NWO. What's your opinion on that? Because I think that's laughable. The Elite and the
Uh,
NWO, two different things. Y'all, I'm like, y'all are not doing the same thing the NWO did, and the NWO at its time was groundbreaking for wrestling. So to compare yourself to that is kind of, yeah, I might dial it back a little bit, gentlemen.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. To me, like I thought the NWO was more about being like anti-establishment,
No, but I don't. No. They're
where
not saying like as in a kayfabe what the NW. I mean symbolically, like we're breaking ground, like how the NWO did in wrestling. Like
oh, then
no,
no.
like nah. Take
Okay,
it,
no, no,
take it back a bit. No.
no. Like, certainly, no, no, certainly not.
Yeah, they're going with that type of.
The the
They're not talking about
the
storyline purpose. Like nah, like you're not the NWO.
the
You'll never
the,
be.
the NWO was like, I don't know, it was just like the right thing at the right time. Like, the closest thing we had to NWO was like Bullet Club, but not even like current Bullet Club, like Bullet Club like 6 years ago. Like, that was probably the closest thing we had to the NWO. Like, everybody was wearing Bullet Club shirts, and everybody was going around two sweeting each other, and everybody was talking about like, oh, Bullet Club this, Bullet Club that. That's probably the closest thing we've had to that's probably the closest thing we've had to a modern day NWO.
Yeah, cause I'm like, yeah, y'all are nowhere near NWO status. It's like, get out of here, bro. Y'all, now I know y'all on the stuff. Y'all believe in your own hype at this point. You say shit like that. I'm like, first off, you ain't even got nobody within your group that's as could even lace the boots of Hulk Hogan. So no disrespect to Okada, but Okada ain't no Hogan. And
Yeah, you
Okada
almost
going heel ain't a bigger deal than Hulk Hogan going heel.
you can't really compare Hogan and Okada. That's not even a realistic comparison.
No. So like to sit there and be like, we're the new NWO, it's like, yeah, I don't think so, bro. Nah.
Like
I can't co-sign you
like
on that.
Hogan was a superstar in every sense of the word. Hogan was like a megastar, but as a wrestler, Okada would wrestle circles around him.
Yeah.
Hogan was like beyond a wrestler. Like he was like a cultural icon. He was like beyond being a wrestler. Like he was on cereal boxes. He was on lunch boxes. Like he was on fucking t-shirts. He was everywhere. He was on television. Like Okada's definitely not at that level of superstardom, but Hogan was kind of a garbage wrestler.
But yeah, it's I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Marin. Hogan was at the right place at the right time. I would agree with that. I think it's just like Hogan just looked like a superstar. Like that was his advantage. Is he looked like a megastar. Like when we talk about guys, when we talk about guys like when we talk about guys like Eddie Kingston or like Kevin Owens, and it's like if you want people to see you as a world champion, you got to look like a world champion. Hogan 100% looked like what you would think a world champion wrestler would look like.
Yeah, indeed.
So I do very much agree with that, Marin. I do very much agree with that.
We got Woods over here getting his ass beat by Gunther.
Yeah. I will admit Xavier hanging in there a little more than I thought he would.
I still say like WWE needs to bring back the cruiserweights or have like a light heavyweight division.
Oh, big time, big time. Again, I don't know why they got rid of that in the first place.
Or like I was thinking, since they still call the Intercontinental title the Intercontinental Heavyweight title, like it's still on the on the belts. Why don't they have like a junior Intercontinental Championship? So that way you don't have to have like a junior WWE Championship. So you don't kind of diminish the mid card title.
I think they need like a lower mid card title. They need something equivalent to like what the European title was. like whether they make it like a cruiserweight title or not, but I feel like they need something to the equivalent of what the European title is, or they need something equivalent to what like the TNT title is, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like again, you got a lot of guys that are just not doing like fuck all. You got too many guys just towing the line like a Nakamura, like Bronson Reed. Marin disagrees with us. He says they don't need more titles.
um, no, excuse me. I mean, it depends. Like, here's the thing. Like, you have only certain amount of people that are like, he's gonna get a world title shot, or this person might get an IC title shot. Cause, like, look right now. We have Xavier Woods going up against Gunther, and the chances of Xavier actually pulling off a victory here, in my opinion, are not good.
Yeah.
If this match doesn't like end in some kind of schmosh, but I don't see it going in Xavier's favor. And it's sad because he's already had a shot for the Intercontinental title when Gunther was champion, and he lost. He
Yeah.
lost. So it's like having a title for a guy like the size of Xavier or like Tozawa would make sense to have because it's like they're never gonna beat a guy like Gunther, even though
Yeah.
he ain't even champion right now. But like Sami Zayn's the
Yeah.
champion right now. Do I see a fucking Tozawa beating a Sami Zayn? Nope.
Yeah, like that's the problem, you know, is like a guy like Xavier Woods is never seeing a world title.
Or
And
like
then
or like a
how's
Cedric
he
Alexander. That's if he even remains to be here.
yeah,
You know, past this taping. But it's like, hey
yeah.
man, a lot of these dudes, they're never gonna get to that level. So it's like if you want to see them on TV more, they have to have a reason to be on TV. And the main
Yeah.
reason you are a wrestler is to be a champion. So you need
Like
something
I
to fight for.
like again I keep bringing up like Bronson Reed because it's like you know, like when he came back to like he came back when he came back to WWE, he left a lot on the table. Like he was being poised to be a top star in New Japan. Like remember he beat Okada clean?
Yeah.
Like he was being poised to be a top star in New Japan. Like he was being groomed to be a top world champion in New Japan, and he left that to come back to WWE. And then for him to come back to WWE, like he hasn't even sniffed any kind of championship. Like even a
I
guy
mean, he
like
won the
Nakamura
Andre.
loses more matches than he wins. What has it done for him?
Not a damn thing.
Hasn't It's done fuck all for him. So I personally always like the cruiserweight title, but I do think they need a lower tier mid card title. Kind of like how NXT, like you have the North American title, but then you also have the Heritage Cup, which the Heritage Cup acts as a championship, even though it's not a title belt. It acts as a championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have the Heritage Cup for a guy like Charlie Dempsey, for a guy like Charlie Dempsey, like Noam Dar, like Nathan Frazier, like they can kind of do stuff with the Heritage Cup, and then you know, because like again a guy like Charlie Dempsey is not beating Oba Femi,
Yeah, he not be. You saw what he did to Dragon Lee. He hit him so hard he went to the main roster.
Exactly, yeah.
he beat him.
Yeah,
He
he
beat him
beat
on the way up to
Dragon Lee's.
SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's like whether it's a cruiserweight title or not, I do think they need to have lower big card titles just for some of these guys, like a guy
Plus,
like
if you
a
do the
guy like JD
math,
McDuck.
you do the math. It's not a lot of titles per dude in the brands. Because at best, it's three: your main title, your mid card, and your tag team. That's all you got. Three: your main
Yeah,
card, your mid card, and your tag team. So if you're not in the tag team,
yeah,
you're either main card or mid card. What do you do about the dudes who are lower mid card? Like I said, the guys who are not
yeah,
beating Gunther, the guys who aren't beating Sami Zayn. You know what I'm saying? The guys who aren't gonna beat Drew
exactly.
McIntyre.
Yeah,
Where are that? They need a title because their ceiling is that belt. Sure, some might peak out and get to the upper mid card. Some might get better and develop to be an upper mid card, or hell, even a main eventer. But until then, like, hey, give them a lower card belt. Like I said, the women, what do they got? The women have their world titles and that tag title. So current current main roster don't even have a mid card champion. So it's like you're either a main eventer or you're just a tag team or you're just a chick waiting to get your title shot next.
yeah,
If you're already an upper mid carder or delegated as a main eventer, which we already know. We can kind of name who are the main eventers within the women's division as far as the eyes of WWE. That's Charlotte Flair when she's not injured. It's Becky Lynch. It's Liv Morgan. It's people like Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley. That's literally like your
yeah.
main event. Everyone else is mid card. Oh, and Bailey and Bianca. Everyone else is mid card or tag team. Oh, and Oscar, yeah, Oscar can kind of go main event as well, but she can play all
It's like
roles. But they don't have
it's
a lot
again,
of
it's sort.
women like their division could actually use a mid card belt other than that tag.
Yeah. Like it's sort of like like TNA, right? Like Tommy Dreamer's not probably not going to win the world title, and he's certainly not winning the X Division title, but that's why they have that like digital media title, because it's perfect for like a Tommy Dreamer or
Mm-hmm.
like a Crazy Steve. Like even
Mm-hmm.
MLW, you got the middleweight title and you got the national open weight title.
Yeah, and then they have a lightweight title as well. They got the middleweight. And
Yeah,
look what I said. Xavier Woods lost to Gunter. Why? Because Xavier Woods is a lower mid card guy or a tag team player. Like I said,
exactly.
the fact that he ever got the King of the Ring was a joke because it did nothing with it. It did nothing with it. So the fact that we
Uh,
out here tapping out to Gunter, like I said,
Marin, I think everything you're saying is 100% correct. I think you're making all the sense. I could not have agreed more. I think Chad Gable beating Gunther at Mania for the title would have been 1,000 times better. It would have made 1,000 times more sense than Sami Zayn. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Sami Zayn is no longer an underdog. I think we actually looked at this once. Like I think Sami Zayn is in like the top percent. He's in the top 10% of intercontinental champions. I don't buy that Sami Zayn is this like underdog anymore. I think Chad Gable as the underdog story would have been 1,000 times better.
I mean, we did talk about it and yeah, agree. But yeah, I guess they felt a heel Chad Gable would be better. So here we are.
It's like this is okay. Like this is another thing where I think WWE. needs improvement. Like man, like how and again it goes back to that battle royal last week. Like how do you ever expect people to reach that next level if you never give them an opportunity? You know what I'm saying? Like if how do you expect Chad Gable to become championship ready if you never let him hold a championship? Like how do you expect people to perceive Shayna Baszler or Candice LeRae as championship worthy athletes when you just have them losing every single week? Like they gotta stop being so afraid to take they gotta stop being so afraid to to put titles on new people's on new people, because this is how these people are going to improve. This is how these people are going to get better. Like if you want LA Knight to become a better asset for your company, then you have to give him the experience of holding a championship. You have to give him the experience of holding a championship so that he could become a better caliber athlete for your company, not just a better athlete, but a better star for your company. But they never want to pull the trigger. It's like I talked about last week. They just consistently default to the same thing. Like Rhea Ripley gets injured, we gotta call a audible. Fuck. We gotta call a audible. Rhea's hurt. Just put it back on Becky. Just put it back on Becky. You know, like why not? Why not put it on Shayna? Why not put it on Shayna and see what the reaction is? And then if it doesn't work out, it's not like you can't just have Becky beat her for it at the next pay per view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you how do you expect Chad Gable to become a WrestleMania level star if he never gets the experience of being on a WrestleMania? They're too hesitant to put titles on new people, and I find they just consistently default to the same thing. And I think that's a big issue with them.
They need to start
Logan
learning this
Paul,
trust and it's like, hey man, go outside the box and like try something different.
yeah,
Like I said, if it doesn't work, you act like you can't take the title away from a motherfucker. you know?
exactly. Like you could have gave Chad Gable the title WrestleMania, and then okay, like we're gonna try it out for a couple weeks, and then if Chad Gable's not working as champion, Sami Zayn beats him at Backlash. Like you exactly, like you act like you can't just do that. Like they need to stop being so afraid to give new people opportunities. These people need those opportunities in order to become bigger assets.
I'm saying, listen, there were days where Cash used to win titles at house shows and lose them at house shows. By the time you got back to Monday Night Raw, the champ done won and lost his title back, and you never would have wiser unless you was at a house show.
Yeah.
But it's like a couple times they won somebody won a title at a house show and then they lost it on a Monday Night Raw or something or at a pay per view or pre show.
Mhm.
But it's like, hey,
Mhm.
like experiment with the title on other people. I'm not saying hot potato it, but definitely like, hey man, let's give it a try. I don't know.
I mean, no, like I'm not kind of suggesting hot potato it either, but like what would have been the worst thing if Shayna Baszler won the Battle Royal last week? What would have been the worst thing about that? You know what I mean? Like again, like how are we supposed to perceive Shayna as being a threat if all she does is lose her? How is somebody like Candice LeRae, who's a veteran, who's like a 20-year veteran? how is she supposed to become a bigger star in the eyes of the casual fan when every week she just fights Maxine every single week?
Why are we talking about the Kansas City Chiefs?
I don't know. I sort of could care less about the
And now we got the Kansas
Chiefs.
City Chiefs out here. Oh, this is something that happened early today.
Uh, like I don't know, man. Like you got Logan Paul running around out here with the U.S. title, like barely ever defends a damn thing. So like, what's even the point of having it then?
I don't know. I really.
Like again, you think a guy like Akira Tozawa is beating Logan Paul?
Why is I show speed here again?
Who knows? Because
I forgot it's the
why
draft.
not?
I keep forgetting it's the draft.
It is a draft. Agreed, Marin. Agreed, Marin. I think he should have lost the title. Marin, I would even say that he should have dropped. I would even say that he should have dropped it at WrestleMania. He should have dropped it to LA Knight at WrestleMania. Again, that's just me. All right, so, round two. Let's see how we're gonna quote unquote shake things up. I'm doing air quotes, but you can't see it right now. I'm doing air quotes, but you can't
We
see
got
it.
Patrick Mahone out here busting out the 3 rings. He got the rings on, talking like kiss the rings, bitch.
Mm, at show speed.
All right, so Raw keeps Punk. Okay.
match match shakeups tonight.
they're just changing the landscape out here, ain't
Yeah.
they?
We shaking things up by keeping everybody where they were.
Oh wow.
I hope they do some wild stuff with NXT.
Oh wow.
I just hope
The
they do
new
something wild.
nation stays
Yeah.
SmackDown. The Pride? I don't like that name.
Me neither. Me neither.
I'm sick with New Nation.
I like I agree. New Nation is better. Throw Apollo Cruz in there, man. Throw Apollo Cruz
Braun
in there
Strowman.
so he could. Yeah. Well,
He hasn't even been on TV. I mean, he did show up at
shaking things up.
ELW a couple weeks ago, but that's different. I didn't mean to spoil it for
shaking
y'all.
things up.
Wasn't Tiffany already
So
on
pretty much
SmackDown?
round two. Yeah, so pretty much round two, everybody just stays on the show they were already on.
Such great picks, all of them. Top-notch superstars. I do appreciate again that we're not breaking up factions. We're not doing none of that nonsense. We're just kind of, if you roll with someone, you get the whole team.
I would just
We
love
ain't
to
got
see
time to
them do something.
repackage motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
I would just love to see them do something crazy with NXT. Like send some people to NXT.
Nah, you don't go to NXT. You leave NXT.
Send Nakamura back to NXT. What's even the point of NXT being involved in this draft? Like it's not like they getting any draft picks. Like send Natalia's tired ass to NXT. They need to break up the New Day. Ah, they might as well at this point.
Nah, they ain't doing that. Well, it's just me, Oos. Just me, Oos. Just me, Oos. He gonna beat up on Logan Paul now, and he gonna splash.
That always
Is he gonna splash I Show Speed?
that always makes me like it's just me. All his family members are gone, so he's just by himself again. Well, I guess it's just me, Oos.
It's just me, Oos. Day one ish, just me, Oos. Day one ish.
They all just like abandon him. I hate Logan Paul.
This dude lame.
Marin, we all miss Black and Gold NXT. Black and Gold NXT just hit different, man. It ain't been the same since. It ain't been the same
Up.
since.
Here come the Judgment Day. We got JD. We got Finn Balor. They gonna jump him. They gonna jump you,
Damian
Jay.
Damian 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 Priest is he's like nah fam, I'm the world champion now. I don't be doing no run-ins.
I don't want in on
I don't be
nobody.
I don't be I don't be doing no run-ins. I'm the damn champ now. Y'all be doing run-ins for me. Aren't they supposed to be in like a six-man tag tonight?
I think so.
Like wasn't it Judgment Day against Ricochet, Jey Uso, and Andrade?
I don't know. But they jumping them, so they don't have to worry about it. You know what happened to Speed? Where'd Speed go?
He saw the writing on the wall and he got the hell out of there. He's like, no, he's like, I ain't trying to go through a table again.
Oh, you about to hit him with the Super Bowl rings? Yeet.
This is
He got locked. He got clocked with the Super Bowl rings. Oh, here come Big Braun.
I guess that explains that.
I see we grow the
I
hair
guess that
back a little bit, huh?
I guess that explains why Braun got such a high draft pick. They wanted to they wanted to remind us that he still works here before his big return.
Oh, Speed got up in the crowd. He's like, I ain't trying to get choked out. Hold up, though.
See, like again, like Braun is another guy that would benefit a lot from having like another like mid card title. Like Braun is somebody that would benefit from that, you know?
Oh, well, welcome back, Braun Strowman. Yeah, go for him, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Braun Strowman, man. I've always liked Braun Strowman.
We got Truth and Chad Gable backstage. They still ain't got no place on their belts.
I guess they don't. Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, you're right. See, I feel like that makes me think like they're not gonna have a long title reign. That's why I kind of almost thought they were gonna drop the titles last week because I feel like they're not like they're like, oh, these guys are gonna have such a short reign. There's not even any point in putting plates on their belts. I just don't see Awesome Truth having like a very like lengthy reign, you know? I don't know.
Oh, Gable eats a big boot from Sami Zayn. Right in the mush. Should have been, got caught lacking. Little payback. That was a
So
good,
you think
good camera angle too.
you think you think Jacob fought two debuts at Backlash this Saturday?
In France?
Yeah.
Wait, it's this Saturday?
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. You think that's when he makes his debut?
I would imagine if he doesn't on SmackDown.
Interferes in that tag team match?
Probably.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
I mean, you would figure if they're trying to start like this new bloodline, you're gonna have to bolster up the ranks because you already kicked out Jimmy.
Yeah.
So it would only make sense that a newer member is gonna join the fold. So I would have to assume, like I said, if he don't show up Friday, then he's showing up on Saturday. Then, which I'm glad you told me because I did not know it was this Saturday. I would have added it to like what we were doing here tonight.
You know what? I also
I
did
thought it
not
was like I
know.
thought it was like next week or something.
I also did not know, and Ian pointed it out to me the other day
Ain't that some shit?
because
Well,
I also did not realize it was a Saturday. I guess because it feels like we're still like we're not that far removed from Mania, you know.
yeah, I
It
feel you.
feels like very soon to be getting like another pay-per-view.
Like, yeah, we just got done with WrestleMania. I didn't feel like the time passed that quick. That we're already now in we going to France. We're going to France at 1 p.m.
But I
in
mean,
the afternoon.
I think there's only like 4 matches so far.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah.
But again, lately they've been running their pay-per-views with only like 5, 6 matches. Like WWE when it comes to pay-per-views are definitely going to like the less is more approach.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems that way. Which I'm not mad about it.
Hmm. Marin Backlash is on Saturday afternoon.
1
Uh,
p 1
I'm
p.m.
not really sure what. Yeah, I'm not really sure what time zone you're in, but
Eastern time is
I'm
1
assuming you're
p.m.
not.
It's 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. What is that? What time zone I'm in?
You would be in Eastern time zone, so yes, 1 p.m.
Cool. Cool.
And we do have some matches on tap. Like you said, they only got a few booked so far, but we got for the women's tag team championship, we've got the Kabuki Warriors going up against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Who would you pick for this one?
Mm, I really don't see Bianca and Jade. Like I really don't see any scenario in which they don't win.
I almost
Unless they
unless some kabuki shenanigans happen, I can't see Jade and Bianca not walking out new tag team champions.
Yeah, and unless because I don't really see Jade like turning on Bianca to any degree, and that would be the only way I could see them losing. I just don't see any scenario in which they lose. So yeah, I would have to, for me anyway, I would have to say Jade and Bianca are pretty safe bet that they're probably gonna win.
Got Booker T, Drew McIntyre. Next we've got ourselves just I guess a basic just tag team match.
Mhm.
We've got Randy Orton, Kevin Owens taking on Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga.
Uh,
I don't see New
I'm
Bloodline
gonna pick.
losing in their first match as New
Yeah,
Bloodline.
I agree. I think
And like you said, this
whether
would probably
whether
be the moment that Jacob would either make his debut to ensure that they don't lose their first match.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm hedging my bet on. I very much think Jacob Fatu. This is where he makes his debut. He makes his debut and helps the bloodline because yeah, I just don't see Tama and Solo taking an L this early. I think they probably want to keep them protected a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I'm going with Bloodline
Like
2.0.
like let's be honest, we all know who's taking the L in this match, and his name is not Randy Orton.
Yeah. All right, we got a triple threat for the WWE Women's Championship. We've got Bayley defending against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. Who you got on this
Uh
one?
I'm gonna s- I'm gonna I'm gonna probably say Bailey. I think she just got the title. I don't see her dropping it already.
Yeah, I don't see Bayley dropping it either. Who's taking the L though? Naomi or Tiffany?
Naomi.
You think Naomi takes the L?
Yeah, I don't know, man. They seem to be pretty high on Tiffany. I think they probably wanna. I think they probably. I think they want. I think they probably want her to be champion at some point. So I think they probably don't want her taking an L right out the gate. And they haven't really done anything to protect Naomi since she's come back. Like Naomi's lost all kinds of matches. So I think, yeah, exactly. Gojira keeping Tiff strong. That's the only reason Naomi's even
Wait,
in this
Sami
match
Zayn versus
is just so
Bronson
she could
Reed
take the L.
again?
That's the point I'm making. It's like how many times are we gonna see this match? That's the point I'm making. Like that's the problem WWE does. They just rely on the same matches too many times. It's almost redundant watching their show because it's just the same shit. Like we've seen this match three. This is the third time we're seeing this match. This is the third time in a month we're seeing this match. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how many rematches they do.
Okay, this is for the title though, so I hope after this we're done with this.
I want Bronson to win, but I know he's not gonna.
I don't know, maybe Chad
See, this
Gable
is
will
a
come back and get him, cost him the title.
See, this is another thing where I know I know people complain a lot about AEW. Sometimes they just have like random title matches, but see, sometimes I like that because sometimes in those scenarios you don't expect someone to win and then they do. Like when you're watching this match, you almost know Sami Zayn's not gonna lose because he's in a feud with Chad Gable. So he's already in a feud with Gable. So you probably can anticipate Bronson's not winning.
But what if he does?
I would be happy. I would be very happy.
We got for the World Heavyweight Championship, we've got Damian Priest defending against main event Jey Uso.
Again, much like we talked about with Bailey, Damian's not losing the title in his first title defense. It's just not happening.
Yeah, this is just like a glorified house show in France. And it just kind of pushed the
Yeah,
narrative of
basically.
like WWE's a global phenomenon. But ain't nobody losing
Yeah.
no titles here. The best
Yeah,
you might get is
precisely.
new women tag team champions. That's about it. I don't see
I
nobody
think
losing their
yeah,
title here.
I think that's what it'll be. I think that's why I think that's why we're getting like a Jey Uso title match is because Jey Uso is someone that Jey Uso Jey Uso can take a loss. It's not really gonna hurt him that much because he takes losses pretty consistently, you know. So another loss here is not gonna hurt him. You know, and I think that's why like we're getting Jey Uso is the first challenger. Yeah, Priest is just not dropping the title in his first defense. Like that's just not happening.
Hmm. Like I said, they'll probably have a decent match, but I don't see
Oh yeah,
Damian losing.
I I think Jey Uso will pull a good match out of Priest, and like not to say that Priest is bad to any degree, but I think that Damian, I think that Jey Uso will make it a main event match. But yeah, like Priest is just not dropping the title here. There's just no way.
All right, and then we have for the undisputed WWE Championship, we've got the champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, up against the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Yeah, I think this is very much the same thing. Like AJ Styles can take a L. It's not gonna hurt him because he takes a ton of them anyway.
Yeah.
You know, this will probably be a really good match. I think this will probably be a really good match. But yeah, like again, Cody Rhodes not dropping the title in his first defense. Alex, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for joining us. And
I think the WWE Championship looks better with the kind of gold background instead of when it had like the black. Because it looks more,
agreed.
even though it's still more of a fashion plate, it looks at least a little bit more like a championship to some degree.
Yeah,
Instead of just being like a little logo.
yeah. Uh, Gojira, you know what? I think you might. I don't think you gotta worry because I'm hearing that Jimmy's got a pretty significant injury and that he's gonna be out for quite some time.
That's why he got written off TV, son.
Yeah, that's probably why he got the. That's probably why they took him out.
That way he could come back as a babyface. Or reunite with his brother as a babyface. And he'll be getting beat up by the new bloodline and his brother come save him.
Mhm.
from the new bloodline. When he's getting beat up by Jacob Fatu and Hukuleo. It'll be nice. But yeah, I'm going with Cody. As much as I would love to see AJ Styles get another WWE title run, it's not his time right now.
It's certainly not happening at the expense of Cody Rhodes.
And not like this. Not like after just all doing all this at WrestleMania. Like, nah. I mean, it'd be nice if we could kind of reunite him with the Good Brothers and like have a proper little OC and treat them like an actual creditable trio or faction. Maybe give Michin some love. You know what I'm saying?
Gallows and Anderson might as well not even.
But
work
they're in
there
NXT
anymore.
right now, so yeah.
But yet they got drafted to SmackDown. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they're already doing shit in NXT. Why don't you just draft them to NXT?
They're just on loan. They're
Like
on loan.
they're not doing fuck all on SmackDown anyway.
Oh, haluva kick. Is that enough to take the big man down? And Chad Gable with the German disqualification.
Shocker.
And look, the Prime Hydration stations over there.
Between all these draft picks where people just stay where they already were, and these matches where you know the outcome before it even happens, we're shaking up the whole foundation of the WWE tonight.
He's got him in an ankle lock. Oh, the guy grapevine. Oh. Bronson just exclamation with a big splash. Is Bronson Reed going to join the Alpha Academy? He should.
I think it's the opposite. I think he wants to beat Chad Gable's ass for
Oh.
costing him the title.
Oh, hit him with a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the night.
Alex, I don't I don't know how to answer that. I honestly don't.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, brother. Couldn't tell you, brother.
But it must have it must have been sensational. That's all I'll say. It must have been sensational.
Sensational.
Maybe I don't know.
I've kind of noticed now that like
You ever think of like
WWE's kind of it's a safe bet. Like that, WWE is more mainstream now than ever. And
Hmm.
it's just like, bro, we just taking all types of like sponsorships. We out here shilling the prime hydration. We talking about the fall guy now. Like, my guy, what happened?
Yeah.
Can I get some wrestling, please? Why we devote? I get it, but god damn, god damn. We out here
Uh,
hanging out with Super Bowl
okay.
champions and internet influencers. We just doing all the moves.
Hmm. Alex, Alex, here's my answer to your question. Maybe maybe Dom just got tired of mommy always being on top.
Maybe.
Maybe he wanted to try being on top once in a while.
They just
But
had Triple
again,
Mania, Marin. I don't know if you caught it. They had Triple Mania.
yeah, I didn't watch it yet. Like I saw some of the results. I didn't watch it yet, but
Wasn't it the like main event
I
like
definitely
Nemeth
will
versus
watch it.
Del Rio?
I don't know if it was the main event, but it was those two for the mega title.
So yeah, I didn't
It
catch all
was
of it either. So, but I knew it went down already. I was waiting
yeah,
for the
it was
feed or to come up on the site.
bro, the site's not working for me anymore.
That site's not working for me.
It's
You
been like
know what you got
buggy.
to do? You got to back out of it and then come back to it a few times because that's happened to me.
Okay, okay. It's been like
Because
buggy
it's
because
been taking
I
you
was
to like
trying
some
to.
football site that shows you nothing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Go back out, go back in. It'll send you somewhere else, and then do it again, and it'll send you to the site proper.
Okay. And have the videos been playing for you? No problem.
Some good, some bad. You know how it is. It's rolling the dice on the roll of the night.
Cause
You know how the seas be
I was
sometimes. Right now,
cause
I got a
I
good
was
vote,
trying
but
to
I
watch.
had to bounce around a few times. So
I was trying to watch the WrestleCon Super Show, and man, I just could not for the life of me get it to play. Like there was only one link, and it just would not play. Like I just couldn't get it to work. Like there was only one link, and it wouldn't play. Okay, well
sometimes you
at
got to
least I
just
know it's
refresh
not
the
just
page and it'll work. But yeah.
yeah. Well, at least I know it's not just me then.
Yeah, because I was noticing that
Because
shit
yeah,
too for a while, and I was like, let me see something real quick. And yeah, showing shit. If you back out a couple of times, it'll work.
okay, cool, cool.
That or I
I'll
just
have
went
to
to
do
another.
that because
I went to one of the other backup sites that I have. So I was just like, gotta have the backups just in
um,
case. But yeah,
because I definitely do want to watch night
right
one of
right
Triple
now I got the
Mania.
good feed. It's the UK feed, so I get all the UK commercials and shit.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Because all the other feeds were kind of shit. They were skipping or
Um,
the audio was off. But hey, that be the life of a pirate. Sometimes you get a ship and there's nothing in it but junk and rats. And sometimes you find a ship and there's coins and gunpowder and
uh,
mead. And you're like, hey, this is a good
uh,
Friday.
yeah, yeah. That's that kind of how it be with the seven seas, man. Sometimes you just gotta hope for it to not be too stormy.
Right now, knock on wood, it's smooth sailings, Her feed is good.
Marin, I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't know if you saw the results of Triple Mania, and I don't know if you want spoilers. I don't want to spoil it for you. I'll just say that the mega title match did not go the way I thought it was gonna go.
Hmm. APA. APA John JBL doing double duty on this draft, huh?
Yeah. I get okay, so it's round 3 of the WWE just people staying where they are. Okay, cool. I I was I was I was kind of Marin says he doesn't care about spoilers, so I was kind of surprised they put the title on Nick Nemeth. I really thought Patron was gonna. I really thought they were gonna put it on Patron.
Hmm. Rey Mysterio.
Holy fuck! They get like 6 people with one with one pick.
So the LWO go to Raw, including Carlito.
It's like it's again. It's the only thing when you're drafting like factions. You're not creating anything new because basically they're gonna do the same shit they were doing on SmackDown. They're just moving it to Raw. It's not like Raw drafts Carlito and then he leaves the LWO behind. You know, they're just bringing their feud over to Raw, but like nothing's changing.
So yeah, okay, no. So LWO goes to Raw, but Delgado stays on SmackDown. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So it's just again like now Ray's gonna feud with Carlito. It's like it's fine, nothing wrong with it, but it's just you're not creating any new
McIntyre
combinations.
stays on Raw. No shocker.
Not surprised.
And he's gonna be in the King of the Ring tournament. They really putting some big names in this tournament, huh?
Hmm.
Gunther, McIntyre now. And Nakamura goes to SmackDown. Goes back to
Yeah, and like
SmackDown.
it is what it is, right? It's like it's not like they were doing anything with them, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. What I was expecting more than we're getting, I guess.
Well, I'm just glad they're not breaking people up. That's all it is. You know, you don't got time to sit here and refigure out what we're gonna do with somebody when they're in the middle of doing something. That was the mistake they used to do with all the other drafts. Is like you're breaking up people that are in the middle of doing something. Now you got to figure out what do I do with this person now. So we're not sitting there breaking up Legato. So what are we doing on Berto and Angel? I don't know now. Or what do we break up LWO? What are we
Yeah.
gonna do with them? I don't know. So at least take them all. Fine, that's great. Like don't
Like
break.
I
Because
guess
let's be
it's
real,
fine, but
you
then
know
it just
you
feels
know
like
that's what would happen because it's happened in previous drafts. They'll literally break up a team or a faction who's in the middle of doing shit. And then it's like, okay, what do I do with you now that I have you on your own? I don't know. Like they learned that a long time ago with the Dudleys. We're like, all right, broke them up. What do we do? I don't know. And then they did certain things, and it kind of did, and then they just put them back together because like we should have never broke them up in the first place.
yeah. I don't know, man. Like I think you're right. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting out of this draft. I don't know what I was expecting,
I think it's at the
but
point of
I just
because
feel like
because a lot of people have been called up and came up and traded up since the last time they did a draft. It's like we're just kind of cementing that these people are on the show, and then we can option to buy other cats when we feel the need. And I think CM Punk is trolling McIntyre. Where's he at?
Uh, Alex, I'm just gonna say I hope AEW doesn't do with Camille what they did with Deonna Purrazzo. That's all I'm gonna kinda say, man. I just hope that they have some kind of direction for Camille because I feel like Deonna just came in and then she gets a title shot right out of the gate and then she loses and now they don't know what to do with her, you know?
CM Punk hanging out in the bleachers, trolling
Did
McIntyre.
did Maxine get new titties?
Nah.
Did she always have those?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like I was saying, Alex. It's just it's like I feel like sometimes they do that where they bring people in and then they give them title shots right out of the gate, and then it's like they don't know what to do with them after. And I feel like that's where Deanna is in. Like Deanna already had her shot and she lost, and now they're just like, well, we we don't really have anything else to do with her because right now the TBS title has got something else going on and they don't have women's tag team titles. So it's not like okay, they could it's not like okay, well why don't we put Deanna and like Serena Deeb together and have them go for the tag titles. So now it just feels like Deanna is just kind of in limbo,
Yeah, well, they got her
where
doing like it
she's
looks like they're
already
doing a bit of a program with her and Thunder. I
uh
mean, did you catch
you are
Collision
right,
this week?
Marin. I agree. I did, yeah, I did.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like that's where they're kind of side tailing them to for now. Where it's like, okay, you're not in the title picture, so we'll give you something to do. You and Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
Like I said, I hope that Serena Deebs gets a run with the women's title. I want to see the
But
professor
like
with the title.
if you're gonna do a feud with Deanna and Thunder Rosa, then make it an actual feud that pays off at the pay-per-view. Don't make it just something where don't make it just something where they have a match on Collision and then oh the feud's over. Yeah, I agree with you, Marin. Like definitely the host title at some point,
The
but
host
right now,
title.
right now, but right now we got Mercedes and Willow fighting for the host title, and I have to think Mercedes is gonna win, and I sort of think she's gonna probably hold the title for a long time.
I like somebody on
Like I
Twitter
sort of feel like
called out Mercedes Monet. They like, yo, what you mad at Willow for? Your bitch ass fell off the top rope by yourself. Like, what you mad for? Like, you fell out the ring on your butt by
yeah,
yourself. Willow didn't even touch you. What you mad at her for? She didn't really. She didn't.
you,
She technically didn't injure you. You injured yourself.
Alex is asking why do we think Camille decided to sign with AEW over WWE? I'm gonna I'm gonna
Probably work
think
schedule.
that the schedule. Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. I'm gonna assume that the schedule probably played a factor. I think as much as Triple H will try to spin the narrative to make you believe that it's like they're just lazy or they don't want to work, I think it's just probably a thing where she's like, hey, like I can make significantly good money and I don't have to be on the road 300 days a year. I'm gonna have way more time to spend with my family. I'll still be making really good money. I'll probably just do that. If I had to speculate, I would probably say that maybe a schedule was a big part of it, or maybe it's a thing where she has a little more freedom in AEW. Like maybe it's the thing where like she might wanna like maybe she might want to be able to take indie bookings because Tom Latimer is still I guess technically on the indies, so maybe it's something where like she maybe she wants to do like indie stuff with him. I don't know. Those would be my two guesses.
Yo, I heard Darby Allin got hit by a bus.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
dude
he
can't catch
did.
a break, son.
That sucks, man. That sucks. Like fuck he's crossing the street on crutches because his foot is broken and then he gets hit by a bus. Hit by a bus.
Bus.
Like not a car, a goddamn bus.
Your man's still
Damn, man.
alive though. He's a tough dude, but goddamn.
Hey man, I'm a I'm gonna just leave it like I'm gonna just say it like that. Like, and I'm glad that man is still alive, because getting hit by a bus is pretty. That's pretty fucking intense, man.
Yeah, that's
And
not
did you
not
see
not
the?
not too
Did you?
many not too many people can say they live from getting hit by a bus.
Yeah, maybe fuck. Maybe he should climb Mount Everest. Like there's two there's two ways. I think there's two ways of looking at it, and I think the first scenario is the universe had Jay White break his foot to discourage him from climbing Mount Everest, but then he was still determined to climb Mount Everest. So they're like, all right,
Hit him with a
they're like, all
bus.
right, breaking your foot wasn't enough. Now you're gonna get hit by a bus. You really not climbing Mount Everest, or maybe he should climb Mount Everest because he's obviously indestructible.
he's Bruce Willis and Invincible,
Yeah.
or he might be Mr. Glass. It's
What did I say? See again. What did I fucking say?
so we got Candice LeRae in the ring, going up against who? Oh,
I wonder who. I wonder who.
Maxine Dupree.
Wow, shocking. Yeah, he definitely almost got isekai'd.
Yo.
He was one wrong step away from being like reincarnated. That time I got reincarnated as a skateboard. Bro, she's gotta ditch that. She's gotta ditch that reverse worm from her repertoire.
Now she got an ankle lock. She gonna tap. She gonna tap.
Wait, I wish I could tap from having to watch this match.
Don't say that. It's not that bad. It could be worse.
It's not even a good or bad thing. It's just a like, how many times do we have to see it?
Is she gonna stomp her out? Mm. Hit her with a. Just hit her with a stomp, kid. The nice curb stomp.
Wow, that was then. That was something.
That was a nothing match, though.
Mm-hmm.
That was a actual nothing match. Now we go into round 4 of the draft. Is Joe Hendry's theme song really good? I heard it's getting played in the UK. Yes, it is. If you'd have watched ELW, he showed up this past week to ELW to face our United States champion. It was a very good match. Everybody loves Joe
Fuck
Hendry.
Joe Hendry. Nah, not me. Fuck him.
Oh, you just a hater. You don't believe in Joe
He's a
Hendry?
hater.
He's a hater?
That's the problem. That's the problem. He's a hater. That's the problem. He's a hater.
But I believe in Joe Hendry. Matt is just a hater.
I believe in Joe Hendry too, or at least I believe he's a giant douche. Yeah, I don't want anybody, please nobody clip this and say and use this later to kind of twist what I'm saying. But I'm glad that they split up the Legatos and the LWO. I don't think you really need two similar factions on the same show. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Legato is just basically a heel version of LWO.
Ray called Dominic Dirty Sanchez. What you looking at, Dirty Sanchez? Why isn't Natalia and Lola Vice having an underground match tomorrow? And they treating it like it's a big deal. Like, what's the implications of this match? Does anybody get anything out of this? This underground
Like,
match?
is Natalia gonna get like drafted to NXT?
Probably not. She'll get supplementally added to the draft somewhere down the weeks.
Did you kind of see the supplemental picks from last week?
Nah, who were from last week?
So Cedric and Ashanti stay on SmackDown.
Okay.
The OC stays on SmackDown. Baron Corbin got drafted to SmackDown. Shayna Baszler stays on Raw. Zoe Stark stays on Raw. Ivar stays on Raw. I I think there might have been like some more, but I don't really remember right now.
Mm.
But again, like nothing really like wild and unexpected. Like Baron Corbin was the only person that actually changed brands. Like everybody else that got drafted in the supplemental draft, they just stayed on the show they were on. Like Baron Corbin was the only one that moved to SmackDown.
Hmm. Yo, these UK commercials be wild, man. This lady, it was a commercial about, it said, 45% of people are afraid to use the bathroom at the workplace, and she's like grabbing the toilet paper and a thick ass manual because she about to drop a hot one, and everybody in the office is staring at her while she walks to the bathroom. It's like, what the fuck is this? And then it turns out it's just a commercial for like fucking toilet paper. Yo, bro, this shit is crazy.
I don't know, like I try I try to use public toilets as little as possible, you know what I'm saying?
You and me both. I will hold it down and I
I
will keep it tight till I get the fuck home. I don't even want to use other people's bathrooms in their house.
like
I know what I'm
and
capable of. I
like
know my
I
power. It's over 9,000.
yeah, you know, like it's a thing where like if and unless it's like an emergency and it's like it's coming one way or the other, then if in that situation I'll use the restroom at work, but if it's something that can be held, then yeah, absolutely, I'll because I don't know, man, like public toilet seats, like even if you like put the toilet paper over the toilet seat, how you know like that should be sliding around. You gotta be careful, man. You can't be playing around with people.
Yeah, if I can avoid it, I'm not. I listen. I will wait. I will hold it down. I will keep it tight.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's gotta be like the we're like absolutely past the point of no return.
Listen, I can
If
tell you
not,
some
then
story. I'm not gonna talk about them here, but listen, I had a moment in my life where like I flexed every muscle in my. When I say I was on some Goku and the hyperbolic time chamber, where I was just flexing all Saiyan power to hold it down till I got home. And when I say I had to get home, like it was an hour journey, an hour. And your boy is strong.
yeah, you know some, you know,
And look at this, CM Punk still trolling McIntyre over here. We don't got an arm brace on either, too.
CM Punk just keeps breaking my heart, man. Like fuck, man. I just wish this man could just stay healthy to have more than one consecutive match. Like fuck, I just wish he could stay healthy for
I think
some
he needs.
length
I
of
think he
time.
needs to put on more weight and just start pad up, man. He got to build on more bulk, man. Body too
I
thin,
agree,
too
man.
lean.
Like
You got to put on a little more
he's
weight
yeah, yeah. Like
and
he's
just
too
beef up.
sinewy.
Cause clearly, like your body's fragile. You need to tighten up the muscles a little more. Hold your body in place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cause you know, like I'm a punk fan. I've made it no secret before. I'm a huge punk fan. Um and I want to see him wrestle, man. I want to see him have this run, but it's like god damn, man. He just can't. The guy just cannot stay healthy.
CM Punk says he only got 5 minutes to tear him down. Let's see if he can really do this in 5 minutes. we gonna have a match at Backlash? What's good?
Like, I don't know why we're wasting time on this. Both of these guys are injured.
I don't like this I really don't like this heel McIntyre because he technically is just kind of a crybaby though.
Mhm. Got two. So
Oh,
this
here come Teddy
what we
Long.
got 2 rounds left.
The Mac Militant, son. Teddy Long coming out. Let's go, baby.
So yeah, we got 2 rounds left, man. We gotta kind of make some moves here, man. Let's kind of do something. This whole draft has been weak.
Got a Lundra Blaze and Teddy Long. Medusa up in the bitch. Who's picking? Well, Judgment Day stays on Raw with. They didn't draft Rhea though, but I guess because she's out injured, she's kind of not eligible, I guess.
Yeah.
But Judgment Day is on Raw.
Oh. See, like, man, like I don't know. But again, maybe I'm just expecting too much. Like I would have been interested to see them go to SmackDown and just Priest stays on Raw.
SmackDown
We're not
picks
trying to. We're not trying to.
Naomi. Okay. So she stays on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we get an NXT guy. Yila Dragonoff.
Again, right? We knew it was gonna. We knew it was happening. Like once Mello got drafted to SmackDown, it was like, okay, Dragunov's going to.
I'll see you in Imperium, Yila.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not.
Chelsea Creed and Piper living.
Ugh,
Go to SmackDown.
I don't even know what to say.
I guess this is how they
It's
shake
sort
it up for you, man.
That's sort of like, to me, that's sort of like pointless though, because the women's champions go from both shows, right? So like it's not like they're gonna be doing anything different on SmackDown.
No, they're just now on SmackDown. And now what we got? Liv Morgan, taking on Nia Jax? Overrated. Overrated. Can't debate it. Liv Morgan is overrated. Overrated. Agree or disagree that she's overrated?
Yeah, agreed.
Overrated. Then we got Miss. I am only here because I am in the bloodline. So who's winning this tonight? Who's taking this? Nia or Liv Morgan?
The fans aren't winning. That's for sure.
We get although I feel like Becky might get involved again, and we get a schmosh. Now, anybody out there who's
Yeah.
in our chat who's an actual fan of Liv Morgan, watch how she wrestles. She wrestles slow, but it might be even harder to tell because she's in somebody who wrestles sloppy in Nia Jax.
Nobody can tell because nobody can really pay attention to a Liv Morgan match because they're all just distracted by something else. They're blinded. They're blinded to how bad she is.
Or they're just too busy looking at Liv Morgan's butt.
Thank you. That's what I was trying. I knew I was trying to direct you there. I didn't want to say it, but I was trying to guide you there. And I knew we're on the same wavelength. That's right. People can't people can't tell you how poor she is and how bad she is because they can do is look at her ass, so they're not even trying to watch her match.
She's so slow.
Good lord.
I really still think Nia Jax needs to ditch the bodysuits. It doesn't complement her frame.
No.
She should try to do kind of like an Awesome Kong type thing. Just have like the skirt top and maybe just like a bottom and like have Tiffany Stratton in the crowd. What is
Yeah.
she doing here? You know, I'm just saying, like, if she if she just wore an outfit that complimented her, the bodysuits don't compliment her. They really don't. I know she's trying to lose some weight and
They do
everything,
not.
but they don't compliment her body frame. She should wear something like go for an awesome Kong type look.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. I just think it would help her. It would help her out a lot more if she just wore an outfit that kind of didn't make her look like she was like about to like baking bread about to pop out of the fucking wrapper or something. And I'm not even like sitting there saying the fat shame. I'm just saying like she's lost a lot of weight, but it's like her outfits don't complement her frame. She just like is walking around in a big purple outfit right now, looking like Grimace out here, man. It's not complimenting her. Yeah, see, they're doing it again with the commercial about toilet paper. About how about people are afraid to go to the bathroom, and this lady's like, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom and drop a hot one." Like, what the fuck? And it's like almost every other commercial's got something to do with soccer because you know it's the UK. So we need a commercial. We need soccer in it. Like I got you covered. Need the soccer. So wait, what's the main event tonight for Raw?
Is it that 6-man tag?
Is it?
I don't know.
Let's see. Now I got another commercial about soccer. It's actually about soccer. It wasn't
Mhm.
like a commercial. Because one commercial was about a phone company, but soccer was the theme. And this commercial is actually about just the soccer league. This is like soccer. It's the semifinals of some
Um,
soccer.
Gojira, I don't think there's anything wrong with it per se. I think it's just that I gotta call it like I see it, and
No,
she's
no one
she's
ever says
she's
she
been
wasn't
in.
good looking. She just don't. She just can't wrestle, and it's just like you look bad in the ring when doing it. That is just like it's not good. No, 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 it's not good.
She's she's
It's overrated.
she's
People
been here
people
a
give her
long
too much
time.
hype. They give her too much hype because she's just a good looking
Yeah,
woman. That's it.
I think that she's been here too long to not be any better.
Yeah, even Trish Stratus
It's
got
like to
good at
me
some
it
point.
Yeah, exactly. To me it's like a Dana Brooke thing. It's like, like she works does she work hard? Sure, you could say that, but like she just never improves. Like look, like she just look when she went for that baseball slide out of the ring and she didn't even clear the ropes. Like Naya had to help her out. Like when Nia Jax has to help you with a spot, that's pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
I think the problem is people overhype Liv, like because she's just because of how good looking she is. That's the biggest problem. Like if Liv if Liv had exactly the same level of talent as she does right now, but she looked like Piper Niven, people would be shitting on her nonstop. Like Piper Niven is like 10 times the wrestler Liv is, but nobody gives a shit. Nobody ever talks about that because of how she looks. But Liv gets all this hype. Liv gets all this attention for like, oh, how great she is. Like, oh, Liv is this. Liv is so great. No, she's not. People are just blinded by her looks. If Liv looked like Piper Niven, people would shit on her nonstop.
Yep. And Becky's overrated too. You're right. She get a little too much hype.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be real. The four horsewomen themselves in WWE, out of them, like Charlotte's the diamond in the rough. Like Bailey and Sasha were competent enough to have decent matches together, and Becky was okay. They weren't groundbreaking. The
Listen,
only
I'm a
difference was people gave them so much attention because they were the first to be women that can have competent matches with each other, and it wasn't about their tits and ass.
I'm a listen. I'm gonna say something right now, and some people are gonna get pissed off, and some people are not gonna want to hear it, and some people are gonna disagree. That's fine, but I'm gonna say what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Ronda Rousey was sucked in UFC. The only reason Ronda was ever good is because everybody else was so bad. But once the sport caught up to her, she sucked. That's why the Four Horsewomen are perceived as being so great. They were so great, they were put on such a pedestal because everybody around them was so terrible that it made them look better. But
Wow, Liv
now
Morgan
that
beat Nia
W
Jax.
now that now that the women's division is catching up, that's why the Four Horsewomen are not as they don't seem as good as they were because they were never that good. They were really never that good, but they were just like when your previous era was Kelly and Eve Torres and Alicia Fox and the Bella twins. Yeah, of course Becky and Charlotte and Sasha. Of course they're significantly better than them. They're only perceived as being as great as they are because everybody else around them was so shit. But once the sport caught up to them, we realized that yeah, like these they're not as great as what we believed or what we were told. Ah, totally agree. Totally agree, Marin. AJ Lee and Beth Phoenix were ahead of their time. Like AJ Lee and Beth Phoenix in today's WWE would be sensational. Again, like AJ could have been a bigger star. She could have been a huge star, but again, the problem is she was stuck in a division where everybody around her sucked. The difference with AJ and the Four Horsewomen is AJ though was actually good. AJ was actually very good.
Yeah, there were always a few women that were good in the midst of all the divas and all that. But, people give too much hype to this women's evolution. It's like, listen, they were all right women because you see them now wrestle with other women who know what they're doing, and you see some of them are kind of mediocre, especially like a Mercedes Monet. She's kind of been exposed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you
Yeah,
could have
because the
good
four
matches
horsewomen.
with Bailey because you work with Bailey a lot at the PC and everything. But it's like now that she out there wrestling with other women who ain't the people she was with coming up, it's like, yeah, you out here looking kind of lack.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they were never as good as we were told. They were never as good as WWE made them out to be. They just looked significantly better because everybody else was so shitty.
Yeah, and also at the
But
time,
what?
women's wrestling wasn't getting that kind of
Hmm.
a leg
Hmm.
up in the mainstream as far as wrestling. People could say, yeah, Impact still had the knockouts, but even then, at that time, the knockouts weren't doing that hot either.
Exactly.
So it was just a right place, right time where like, oh, we want women, and you had decent women who weren't focused on tits and ass, and were just giving you wrestling matches.
But like, look what happened once you started getting people like Asuka and Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Like once you started getting people like that, it it kind of exposed the four horsewomen. They were always overrated. Always, they were always overrated. It's just at the time they came up, there was the rest of the locker room was so poor that yeah, like they being mid wrestlers was was perceived as good because everybody else was so bad. When your competition, when when the person that came before you was Kelly, yeah, you don't have to do that much to be perceived as better.
For real. Or Tori Wilson or Stacy
Uh,
Keebler.
yeah, exactly. Like when that's your competition, yeah, you don't have to be that much better. Yeah, that's my point, Alex. That's kind of my point is everybody perceives Liv as being better than she is because she looks like she does, and nobody gives a shit about Willow Nightingale because she looks like she does. But the reality is Willow Nightingale could wrestle circles around Liv Morgan, but nobody gives a shit because Willow looks like she does and Liv looks like she does. That's the problem is people would rather just watch hot women than watch good female wrestlers.
Okay, are we really looking at the Logan Paul, Mahone?
Like we didn't just see it like an hour ago. Like in case at 10:18 p.m. you decided to in case you decided to tune into Raw the last 40 minutes, here's what you missed an hour ago. In case you decided to just tune in now.
Did you notice that they keep like splicing in some little like kind of Bray Wyatt type thing during matches in the show?
Absolutely.
So is that Uncle Howdy?
Absolutely it is.
All right.
I think I think I think the plan was always gonna be for Uncle Howdy to come back. Maybe they just felt like Maybe they just felt like they didn't want to do it right away. Maybe they just wanted to kind of let's uh let's let some time pass after the Bray Wyatt passing. Let's let some time pass before we try to do something with Uncle Howdy. Maybe was just their approach.
We got the Dudleys out here. They set up a table for some reason.
Uh, you're right, Marin. I agree with you. I agree. There are some things to be ruled by facts. But the fact is, Liv Morgan's a garbage wrestler. That's the
Facts.
facts. The facts is Willow is a good wrestler. Liv Morgan is a garbage wrestler. That's the facts right there.
Well, I guess the New Day's not breaking up.
They've already said that
You
WWE
sure they
Uncle
even still a
Howdy
tag team? They don't even dress in
Alexa's
the
come
same
back.
outfits anymore.
Alexa.
They like a half-ass. They like a half-ass tag team at this point.
They're not gonna drop her like Bray Wyatt persona.
Pretty
They're
Deadly
like a
stays
half-ass tag
on.
team. I know you're not there yet, but this is actually a good interesting pick.
Wow.
I'm sort of okay with this.
Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, okay. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Okay, I mean, listen, they got to beef up the women's roster, so.
Yeah, I think Lyra will add she'll be like a breath of fresh air in the women's division, you know?
SmackDown takes Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell.
It's just again, whenever it's a tag team of females, it sort of feels like irrelevant to me because it doesn't matter because women's titles bounce show to show, right? So they're not really going to be doing anything different. The only good thing the only good thing about that is that means we don't have to ever sit through another Candice and Maxine Dupree match again.
Yeah. But here comes the World Tag Team Champions.
Marin, I guess you could say it's an opinion, but I don't think it's an opinion, man. I just Liv is not good. Like there's no way you can watch a Liv Morgan match and tell me that's good wrestling.
Oh, they're going up against
Like you're
Tozawa and Otis? Come on.
is this a title match at least?
I don't think it is.
Like I don't know, man. Like you're either good or you're not, and Liv is just not good.
Mm-mm. I don't
I like
see
Liv
anything
Morgan.
happening. This is like unless Tozawa and Otis decide to get a backbone and go heel with Otis. This is just gonna be what? Are we just gonna wait for them to quit Alpha Academy? Because it's like, why would you stick around for him to just verbally abuse you?
See, I wonder if that's why I'm wondering if it's a title match. Like maybe Gable will come out and cost Awesome Truth the titles. The fact that they don't have plates tells me that they're not going to have the titles for long, because if you notice, Sami Zayn already has the plates on his title, and he won his title the same night. Like Becky Lynch had plates on her title, and she won her title last week. I think the fact that they don't have custom side plates yet, that I think that makes me think that probably I think that makes me think that they might not have a long run.
Mm.
Uh, Alex says Lexis King beating Trick for the title near Halloween Havoc time. That's in October. If Trick holds the title till October, I would say that that's a good place for him to drop it. Like I don't know if he's gonna hold the title per se for that long, but I would definitely if that does end up happening, then I think if he holds the title till October, then that's a pretty decent that's a pretty good title reign. It's a pretty good first title reign.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Ah, come on, commercials, bro. They're killing me.
I don't
I
know.
hope it's
Maybe
not
I'm
this
just maybe I'm
obnoxious when they move to Netflix.
yeah. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just making too much out of it. Like maybe there's actually nothing to it. But I feel like the fact that they don't have the side plates, that that kind of makes me think that there's like something, maybe something there. Like there must be a reason why they don't have the side
Those
plates,
those
right?
belts might be just replicas
Maybe they
right
don't have
now,
it made yet.
and they don't have the actual
Yeah,
one that you
that's
could
that.
take off the side plates. They might be sitting there rocking those WWE shop belts.
Yeah, you're right. It's possible.
Oh, this is for the title. Okay.
Oh, it is for the titles.
Uh huh.
Mm.
But like Otis and Tozawa didn't even get an entrance. We didn't even get like an announcement like this is a title match like that. We didn't get the introductions or nothing. God damn.
How's the draft going to affect? Um,
Yo, this Tozawa got tossed.
See, that would be like some heel shit if Gable comes out and costs Awesome Truth the titles.
okay, how's the draft
That
going
would
to affect
that would be some.
Alright, Tozawa Is he gonna drop the senton on him? Oh, but Miz get the knees up. And that was a squash title defense right there. They actually speed ran them right there. That was a speed match.
Yikes! Yeah.
How's the draft been with?
They just got tag team title speed ran right there. That's sad. JD faces looking jacked. Yo, his face is looking laced from the Super Bowl break.
Yikes! That looks brutal.
That's what happens when you get punched in your snot blocker. You know.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
between Shoto Umino and Ren Narita, one of them beating Mox for the title. If I had to choose one, out of those two, I would probably be leaning more towards Shoto, but I don't know. Between either one of them, I don't really see either one of them
What about Naito?
beating Mox, but
All right, later, man.
Naito.
Appreciate you coming, man. Yeah, Naito.
All right, man. Have a good night, man. Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Naito.
I don't know. Naito, you think Naito will beat him and get it back?
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
Shouldn't have lost it in the first place to
why not.
Mox. Fuck Mox.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying Alex gave me a choice between the two. He didn't ask like who do I think will beat Mox. He gave me a choice between the two.
Oh, okay.
I could see Shota getting it before Narita. But Alex, you probably know better than I do. Isn't Shota Umino part of the Blackpool Combat Club? Wouldn't that be like a conflict of interest?
Not if it's about competition, it's not.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They're more about like the competition and stuff. Yeah, you are right about that. You are right about that.
I still don't know why they haven't recruited the professor though. Why they playing?
Yeah, for real.
What goddamn commercials, they be killing me, man. Come on.
You know what? This is kind of out there. This is kind of like an out there pick. But everybody chime in and tell me what you think about this. Alex, tell me what you think about this. What about Zack Saber Jr. beating Mox?
For the IWGP Championship?
Yeah, what
I
about
mean, I
Zack
wouldn't
Saber
mind it.
Jr.?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
Like if Zack Saber Jr. bulked up like just a little bit, like just a little bit. Again, he's kind of like CM Punk. He's a little sinewy. Like if he put on like a little size. All right, so this is the last round, and then I assume we'll get some supplemental picks later. All right, so Catering Cross and the AOP they come into Raw. They get drafted as a whole group. DIY going to SmackDown now. Bronson Reed just staying on Raw. Last pick. Okay. Okay. That's kind of a good pick.
Bronson Reed and Raw.
Maybe maybe a little premature, but
Blair Davenport to
not
NXT.
yeah. I'm not totally mad at it.
SmackDown.
I think she could have done more in NXT. I think she could have did a little more in NXT, but I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it. Again, much like Lyra going to Raw, Blair Davenport will she'll inject some new life into SmackDown's women's division. Ojira, I don't know if you're gonna like my answer to this, but because Gigi Dolan is so irrelevant right now that they don't even want to waste a main draft pick on her. If she's lucky, she'll get like a supplemental pick.
Last Testament goes to Raw. DY to SmackDown. Not bad.
And again, where's the landscape changing draft picks? Because so far everybody that's been drafted has just been lower card talent. Like pretty much all the main players pretty much stayed where they are. So like it is what it is. Gojira, man, like listen, I'm just kind of telling it like it is, man. I don't write the show. If I wrote the show, Gigi would have been champ a long time ago.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, I don't write the show. I just talk about it on the internet.
Yeah, we just armchair quarterback and critique.
But yes, but I would like to add that we armchair quarterback better than anybody else.
Wait a minute. Ricochet, Andrade, Jay Uso versus the Judgment Day. That's the main event.
Mhm.
Oof. Okay. Well, I mean, it beats having Jay versus McIntyre again or something, or Sammy versus Bronson, even though we did that already, but earlier in the night.
I mean, this should be a. Although a lot of the guys in this match have already faced each other, this should at least be a decent main event. I would say the show in itself was pretty underwhelming, and I would say the draft has been very underwhelming. This
I think it
should
was
at
just a
least
way
be a
to just
good.
establish
This,
that all these people are here on these rosters. Like I said, they're in the middle of doing stuff, and like I said, to really have a draft would to be to break people up, and it's like we don't need to do that. It never helps anybody in the
uh,
past. So like this just is like we'll switch it up next time, but for now this is where it is for this year.
Ian, I'm not being a hater, man. I'm not hating. Please tell me, please tell me which one of these draft picks were groundbreaking or landscape changing. Please tell me.
I don't think there's any groundbreaking or game changing. I just think the couple pickups they took from NXT are decent picks.
Like Mello and Ilya were good picks. We already knew they were going to the main roster.
But then
In my opinion,
they took
Ke-
Kiana James.
yeah, uh, yeah. Sorry, like half black chick. That's almost like a waste of a draft pick to me.
half
She
white
is
black,
not
half
ready to
black, half
leave
white chick.
NXT. Yeah.
Nah, she's endorsed, son. She going to the top. She she's
I
the future of the women's
the
division. Her and
the
Soroka.
the only the only really like the only really good like draft picks were Blair Davenport and Lyra Valkyria. Like those were unexpected draft picks, but they were also like good. Ilya is a good pick for Raw, and Melo's a good pick for SmackDown. Just we already knew they were going there. We already knew they were getting called up. It was just a matter of who's going to get called up to which show. Yeah, I agree, Alex. I agree. The draft to me was very corny. It was just let's just switch around a bunch of like mid carders, but let's not really change anything. Let's not let's not change anything, but let's just swap around a ton of mid carders. But we're not actually gonna change anything. Like no big name talent switch shows. All the champions were protected, so no champions change shows, which is fine. You know, outside of that, I would say the draft has just been kind of mid. Like I'm not even being a hater. I'm just saying it like it is. Like which one of these draft picks is gonna change the landscape of WWE? Which one of these draft picks is like groundbreaking? You know what I'm saying? Like Final Testament, they suck anyway. Fucking Nakamura, he fucking loses all the time anyway. Like what's he gonna do? Okay, he's gonna go to SmackDown and he's just gonna lose on SmackDown.
They really are going hard on this Fall Guy movie. We got
Yeah,
Ricochet now promoting.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. The problem with Nikita is very much the same problem with CM Punk. She just can't stay healthy long enough to get
That's because
anything
she's doing
together.
everything
She
else
just she
but
just
like keep her body in shape. She's too busy flaunting her body and her dancing abilities. It's like maybe stay in ring shape and stop trying to be in thought shape. And your body can handle the ring, but you're too busy trying to shake your ass at the same time. It's like, listen, pick one. You want to be a wrestler or you want to be a internet personality. You want to be an e-girl. Because to be
okay. So I
like,
just
cause
want
like
to
it's
point
one
out.
thing you could keep thinking you a sports entertainer, but at the end of the day, you still have to get in that ring and wrestle. And if your body ain't ready to wrestle, it's gonna keep fucking up the way it does. Sure, she's athletically gifted. She got her martial arts, but you need to learn how to wrestle.
Yeah,
You need to learn how to wrestle. You can have all the other disciplines in the world, but if you're not a proficient on how to run those goddamn ropes and play this WWE game, you're always gonna sit there and find yourself getting hurt.
exactly,
So instead of sitting there on your
exactly.
off time, healing up and shaking your ass on social media, go on to PC and get your shit quick. Learn how to wrestle, learn how to bump,
Hmm.
learn how to fall, learn how to do everything so you don't get hurt again. Like I said, it's all good that you got all your martial arts skills, but if your ass can't wrestle, that shit ain't no good to anybody. Your ass better
Hmm.
also know how to wrestle. And by wrestle, I mean
Yeah,
WWE style.
100%. Uh, I just want to quickly point out. I don't watch WWE Speed. So maybe somebody that, if anybody does, they could enlighten me. Ricochet not out here with the Speed Championship. Is that because the match where he wins it has not aired yet?
I
Because
don't
I'm just
know.
kind of curious. No, it hasn't aired.
I don't know. I haven't kept up with it.
Because I'm just kind of curious if like they're gonna are they gonna make the Speed Championship like a thing on the main roster, like where he's maybe not going to defend it on the main roster, but are they gonna acknowledge it? Are they going to acknowledge it as part of the main roster, or is it just going to be like this is outside of continuity?
I don't know.
Oh,
We'll have to
Alex,
see.
I totally do. I totally do. Alex, again, Cora Jade is another one. She just can't stay healthy. She just can't stay healthy to get anything together. Every time she comes back and it seems like she's gonna build momentum, she gets hurt again. Cora Jade is like the new Chelsea Green. And Gojira, I agree. Like it's not even like Final Testament is bad. It's just that they're not really doing fuck all. Like ever since their existence, they've been stuck in a feud with the whatever Lashley's faction is called. They've been stuck in a feud with them for just far too long. So they haven't really done anything outside of that. And the last time we saw them, they were in NXT. So it's not even like Final Testament is a bad pick. It's just kind of like it's just kind of a whatever pick. Like it's not like they were doing something on SmackDown to where they're like, "Oh shit, Final Testament got drafted to SmackDown. How is SmackDown going to recover from this?" Because they weren't really doing shit anyway. It's the same thing with Nakamura. Like Nakamura ain't doing shit on Raw anyway, except lose every single match he's in.
Hold on, I got a picture of the championship. Give me a second.
Just doesn't look great.
Yeah, that's
But again, See, like if they would have drafted Judgment Day to SmackDown, like that would have been like groundbreaking. Like that would have been like game changing, you know? Like, oh, now all of a sudden Priest is on his own, and now all of a sudden the other three are on their own. Like that's something that would have been like really.
Here we go. We got the photos of someone got of the Speed Championship with Ricochet, and yeah, another circular belt, just another big plate.
It, it's it sort of reminds me of the old like Impact Championship when it was
The global
originally the
title,
Global Force
the,
Championship,
the global
and
force
then they just
champion.
stuck. Yes, and then they just stuck like a Impact sticker over it.
Yeah, that was bad.
That's 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 what it kind of reminds me of. Yeah, it looks like the 24/7 title, but they just stuck a speed sticker over it.
Yeah, it's not good.
No. But again, the whole concept of it, I don't think is good either. Like 3 minute matches, I think are insignificant.
Yeah, I don't know the reason for a 3 minute
I
match,
I
and then you're
watched
just gonna give a guy
I
belts.
watched I watched the first speed match, and it was Ricochet versus Dragon Lee, and it almost hurt my soul because it's just again like there's nothing. It's just guys hitting their moves for 3 minutes, and then somebody loses prematurely.
Yeah, I've seen the new UFC belts. They're kind of cheaping out on making their championships. They're just trying to do their best to just make sure you can see like the brand logo on the titles nowadays. It's not about making the belt looking prestigious. It's more like making sure people recognize where it comes from. Cause like, look how big the WWE logo is even prominent on the belt. Like it's a thing of like before. You remember how a WWF logo used to look on a championship belt compared to how it is now, where
Yeah,
it's the biggest thing, like one of the bigger things on the belt that you can see. Like it's just a like I said, it's branding. But like the
yeah,
circular belts, though, I don't get this though. But I guess I guess this is how we doing shit. I guess Reggie and them ain't trying to do no work for them no more. I don't know.
mm,
Because I feel like you can still do a branded belt, but make it look prestigious. Don't make it look like a toy and just a prop, and everything looks like the same uniform. Like, why is everything so goddamn round? Can I get some edges? Can I get some bumps? Can I get some detail?
yeah.
But yeah, that's what we got going on with the speed title here. So, I mean, I guess maybe it hasn't aired yet. I thought they were airing live. I thought they were airing them as they happened on Twitter.
They supposedly they are.
So maybe they just not putting the belt on. They just keeping it for Twitter and not putting it on the main show. I don't know. Maybe.
Mm, I don't know. Oh no, the speed matches. I think they taped them in advance. Like I don't think they're live.
Oh, okay.
I think they taped them like either before or after SmackDown.
But I think maybe yeah, maybe they just want to have this content for Twitter And maybe they're just waiting for it to air before they have him come out with the belt, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering.
Because you would think they would want to promote it, so at least have the champion on. If he's gonna be on regular, if he's still part of the regular roster, at least have him have the belt out to represent it.
I'm sort of surprised that they don't do more to promote it. Like they got this whole like tournament and stuff. You think they'd be doing a little more to kind of be like, hey, like don't forget to like, hey, we got Ricochet in this main event. Make sure on Wednesday y'all check your Twitter to see Ricochet take on Johnny Gargano in the finals of the Speed Championship tournament.
Well, I think they promoted it earlier, but I don't. But they definitely not promoting it heavily though. They should
No.
they should kind of put a highlight on it, especially if you're gonna put them in a main event match.
I mean, you'd kind of think, but I guess here we are.
Somebody get Ricochet a Prime at the Prime Hydration Station. He needs to hydrate. He needs to hydrate. He needs his electrolytes.
Yeah, I assume there will be some extra picks after the show. I assume there will be some like extra picks, and then I guess whoever's undrafted just enters the free agent pool. But like again, Alex, you mentioned Odyssey Jones. Odyssey Jones was drafted to Raw last year, and we haven't seen him on Raw once.
Hmm. I was thinking about, remember when we did our clickbait draft? We should bring it
Exactly.
back. But I figure if we bring it back,
I think
we got to do it a certain way. Like one of us would pick a show. One of us would have to be like almost general manager style. Like you get one show and I get another show. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
But I don't know.
The only maybe problem with that is like Raw's an hour longer, so whoever got Raw would have like a definite advantage in terms of television time.
Maybe, but like with Raw being 3 hours, you also just get kind of like a lot of talking time, though.
I mean, you're not wrong about that. I guess you're not wrong about that.
I'm just trying to think like how would we point the system this time around?
Uh, Gojira says, "What about Ray versus Priest for the title?"
Nah, I don't want to see Ray go for no
I don't know.
titles.
I think I think I think it. Ray would just be similar to like a Jey Uso. I think it would just be a thing where like Ray obviously wouldn't win, but
JD over here fucking up, son. Bella gonna eat the pin here? Wow.
yikes.
Mm. Are we kicking out JD? What's going on here? What's happening? Damn, if you live in the West Coast, you gotta get up at 10 a.m., bro.
I
Oh,
mean,
shit.
I don't know. What do you even kind of say about that? That was
Wait, Backlash is this Saturday?
something, I guess.
Wasn't the finish I was expecting, but I guess it was a
Not
finish.
not the draft I was expecting.
Nah. Yeah,
Almost like
this
this
year's
draft didn't
draft
really
was
need to happen.
very lackluster. Like I said, I think it was just to kind
That's
of,
what happens to
it
me.
was just kind of cement the people who they want to have on each show. And like I said, they moved a couple people around, but it was just like really nothing people that got moved. It was like,
Mhm.
okay, we'll break up a couple of these factions. So like, yeah, Final Testament, you go here. The Pride, you go here. Legado go here. LWO go here. And a couple NXT people come on up. But not really much happened of
Yeah.
significant. Like, oh
No.
my god, I can't believe they picked this person.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I can't believe this guy got drafted. You know, it was.
Yeah, yeah.
It is what it is. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. Like, look
That
at.
is what it
Hopefully,
is.
they'll make good. They'll make something of the people they picked up and make them useful to the show instead of just being a part of the furniture. So I hope to see like Final Testament get some more airtime. I like to see, you know, do more with like Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Like do something with Alpha Academy. Like do something. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. But I think with that, we're going to call it here, ladies and gentlemen. Want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, as always. You guys are awesome. Smash that like for yourself and subscribe if you're not. Hey, and if you have any ideas or any comments of what you've watched tonight, hey, leave a comment down below. That's always cool. I'd like to hear what you guys think of the show. If you're not in the chat or if you watch the show later, leave a comment down below. Other than that, we'll be back here next Monday for more wrestling talk, wrestling news, wrestling speculations, and all that other good stuff. Join us Friday night at the Sanctuary for Spaghetti and Friends, where we'll be talking toys, movies, and other things, pop culture. And also, don't forget Thursday night, LW Rage Quit. Anything before we call it, Matt?
No, just thanks everybody for joining us. And like, listen, whether you agree with me or you disagree with me, I just want to say that I do appreciate everybody that comes out and joins us and supports us every week. So very much shout out to all you people in the chat, and birds aren't real.
That's right. Well, y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all next week. And remember to always kick out. Thick boys out.
Time has come, I'm ready to go. Venturing into the unknown. Fires inside me must be unleashed. People talk nonsense all the day. Shampoo kind, that's all they can say. I can't get no satisfaction. Woo-hoo! Challenge may have come. Woo-hoo! Fighting just begun, but there's no stopping. People spreading out my wings. Let's fly high. Woo-hoo! Concentrate my power. Woo-hoo! And the final hour, in the end, I'm gonna win. I hope you die. Don't you know I'm unstoppable? Don't even try, cause you will fall. I got a strength deep in my soul that gives me courage and control. I'll go beyond the limit break. The universe is mine to take. I have no fear. I think it's clear. Let's keep you tight high. Get all this Dragon Ball Super. We got the skill to blow in our rain.